Hello, how's everybody doing? Well, as you can see, I no longer have my Nanook of the North coat on, and I'm able to put this sweater on because it's warmed up a little bit here in northern Illinois, and I'm happy for that. What an amazing day! Oh my goodness! This has been such an amazing thing to be able to be involved in, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Sure, we had a few, okay, maybe more than a few, little glitches along the way, but all in all, I loved that we all got together and celebrated the changing of the seasons. I want to say a special thanks to the team that worked with me on this event. For our presenters, Selena, Sharon, Florence, and Bo, who did that amazing ritual for us. I am here to tell you, when I called them late last week and I said the heartbreaking news that we were going to cancel the event, and I pitched the idea to them that we would quick, on a dime, turn this around and make it a Facebook Live event, each of them spent less than a half of a minute, half a second even, and said, yeah, sure, absolutely, why not? I'm totally in. And this team has done an amazing job of in and amongst all the other things they had going on this week, learning how to live stream. I'm telling you, our learning curve has been great, and we're all a lot smarter about this kind of event now that the day is over. So I want to make sure that they all know how much I appreciate their willingness to just dive right in. I also want to thank the great team that we had behind the scenes, Dr. D, Bob, Messina, Casey, and Dree, all who helped out with marketing. Oh, and Emily! I forgot to mention Emily! Oh my goodness, you can't forget Emily. These folks helped me with marketing, filming, uploading content, following comments, pretty much doing anything that we needed to have done today and in this last week to get everything going. So at the end of today, one of the things I wanted to share with you is some information about upcoming events that we have here at Circle Sanctuary. Yes, we are not canceling everything. We're morphing and adapting, people, so join us. So Selena wanted me to make sure I shared with you that on Tuesday night, this upcoming Tuesday, March 24th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're going to have a special Circle Talk podcast. The New Moon Caring Circle is with Circle Sanctuary Chaplains and our CSNP podcasting team. In this podcast, there's going to be spiritual support for all of the folks that have been affected by the pandemic. Now, I'm here to tell you a little secret. When I was prepping this material that I keep peeking at over here, I was going to post copy and paste the whole list of all of the activities that we had going on, and because I'm here vamping, you can tell that I didn't do that. So I suspect my partner in crime, Sharon, is furiously behind the scenes posting the link for me of all of the Circle Sanctuary activities, because I didn't write them on my list and I can't remember them all off the top of my head. But the really good news is that if you follow that link, it's going to take you to the Circle Sanctuary website, and you're going to be able to find all the information there that I am not able to give you right at this moment. Well, we're not done with our technical difficulties yet today, are we? Oh, well, another thing that I wanted to share with you is I'm going to ask you for something. You've been hanging out with us all day. You've been watching us in bits and pieces. And so one of the things that I was hoping you would do for us is you would give us some feedback on the event. How you thought today went, what worked for you, what didn't work for you. Sharon's going to pop that link into the comment section, also a different link that you can go and fill out comments and feedback for us for today's event. Now, let me share with you that that's the comment form we use for when we're having events on Circle Sanctuary land. So the questions don't match up perfectly for an online venue, but we just plain and simple didn't take the time to update that form in this last week. So if you could just help me out and kind of make it work to the best of our ability and give us the feedback about what worked well for you and what didn't, we would find that so helpful, because we are learning and growing and changing as we go along here, and your feedback about how this event went will help us shape our future events. In addition to filling out that feedback form, there are some other ways that you can help us out here at Circle Sanctuary. If you liked what you saw here today, there's some things that you can do to help us out. First of all, one of the most simple things you can do is share the link to this event that will still be up on Circle Sanctuary's website for a little while, and we've been tossing around Facebook all day. If you know of some folks who would be interested in today's event, who maybe had to work today or are still looking for different ways to celebrate Welcome Spring, if you could share this link with them to this event, because maybe we'll be able to reach out to folks that haven't even heard about us yet. Another thing that you can do is, if you're not already on our mailing list, feel free to sign up for that. Sharon's going to pop the link for the mailing list down below, and Circle Sanctuary actually has several mailing lists and notifications. Did you just see that bird flyby that happened? Holy Toledo, I just almost got dive bombed. Sights of spring, everybody, sights of spring. So back to the mailing lists and notifications. I keep saying newsletters, but they're mailing lists and notifications. We have all sorts of different ones that you can sign up for based on your interest and level of connection, and so please go check that out, because there's stuff in there that I'm ashamed to say I didn't even know was in there. So it was really educational for me too. Now, some of you today, when you were hanging out with us, popped over to the Circle Sanctuary's website to watch some of the videos, and maybe it was the first time you had been to Circle Sanctuary's YouTube site. So if it is, and you have a chance, if you could go back over there and help us out by subscribing. You'll see there's a big red button on there. If you could subscribe to Circle Sanctuary's YouTube page, that would be really helpful. And in the days and weeks ahead, when you're trying to figure out what are you going to do to fill all your time, go in there and check out all the videos that are in there. There's some really cool stuff, because the more watch time we get on that channel, the better off it is, and it helps that channel grow. So that's another great way you could help us out. Another idea I have is that if you have not already, you could check out Circle Sanctuary's membership program. This is another way to connect with Circle's events, the educational resources and programs that we have, and you can learn more about that in the link that I'm sure Sharon is posting down below. And last but not least, if you're financially able to, you can make a donation. You know, all of Circle's festivals and events are fundraisers that keep our organization and our church going strong, as well as helping to build community. And we were excited to move the community building part of today's event online and offer it for free. But in the reality, the loss of that fundraising opportunity due to the cancellation, it has an impact. So if you're able, and if you are interested, Sharon is posting the link down below that you would be able to make a donation today. And hey, I know we're all kind of in a weird and wonky place right now, so we're not asking for Bill Gates millions, but even if it's $5, that's better than nothing, and it will be greatly appreciated. That money and your support during this time not only helps us continue to provide the basic services that we've always been providing, but it will help us also respond to many of the new needs and issues that are coming up during these times. So if any of those things sound like something you can do to help us out, we would really greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. In doing any or all of those suggestions, you're really helping Circle Sanctuary to continue its ministry efforts and working with us to build community in a time when we all really need it. Now, earlier today in Sharon's meditation walk, she referred to an activity that we were going to do when we gathered on Circle Sanctuary land for this welcome spring that is now morphed into this event today. And it was using Florence's breath work and taking the magic of that out onto the land and loudly and joyously waking up the land spirits, just in case they didn't know it was spring yet. And you heard her doing this in just the most delightful way in the end of her nature meditation, with her horn and her whistle and her complete and total alarm about the garlic mustard, for which, for those of you who don't know, that's an invasive species in our area. And while it is a sign of spring, maybe not quite the one that she wanted to see. So, also in Bo's ritual, he encouraged all of us to continue this celebration going forward. The celebration where we gathered together to celebrate the changing of the seasons. And he encouraged each of us to keep our energy of this event going long after the last posting, the live posting, is done. So I ask for each and every one of you to tap into those strings of energy that you put out this morning, because those will help us all stay connected. Those can be the pipeline where we keep this spring energy going. And go out into your yard and do what you can do in your yard, on your balcony, wherever it is that you're able to joyously, and if you choose, loudly celebrate the energy of spring and wake up those land spirits. Because I'm telling you, it's a little nippy here where I am, and I'd like some warmer spring weather. So let's wake up those land spirits and let's get this spring thing going. Last but not least, I want to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you. It is your involvement and your part in Circle Sanctuary that makes everything we do so special. And so I want to thank you again for hanging out with us today while we were live streaming, watching us in little bits and pieces, and all of the continued support and engagement that you bring to Circle Sanctuary. Your involvement absolutely makes our lives so enriched, and the connections that we all have together is a fantastic thing. So welcome spring to each and every one of you, and until next time, best blessings to you and your family. Blessed be.